What's up, guys? This is Ashley Nicole, and I am here with my soon-to-be 16-year-old daughter, and I wanted to do a series called Talking to My 16-year-old Self. Check it out. When you think about growing up, is it scary?
Yes.
Very scary?
Very scary, yeah.
Like, what are some challenges that, you face, like, every day, going to school, running a business, dealing with me, your family, your kid, well, little cousins and things like that? What do you...
Well, sometimes I feel stress and anxiety about it, but I keep moving throughout the day and knowing that God will make it better and going to help me along my way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now, when you say God helping you out, like, what is He doing? What is like the focus of Him at this point in your life? Because you really don't have a lot of experience, honestly.
Well, just to know that if I grow up with Him in my life, that it'll be better than trying to do my own thing.
That's true. I think that you have to understand that when it comes down to your life and when it comes down to being, who you are in life, your will, your purpose, it's like you have to be able to really focus on God. And that's really no other way to put it, because growing up, you're going to have challenges. You're going to have things that you have never endured, and you're not going to know how to handle them, especially not alone. I can only give you so much advice, your dad, your grandparents, your sisters, your brothers, but you definitely are going to have to depend on Him for everything, for the breath that you breathe, to, being able to wave. It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. You can do it. Mm-hmm. So right now, being transitioning into the 16-year-old phase, tell me, how do you feel as far as, like, when it comes down to being who you truly are? Do you feel like you are, an artist like your mother? Or are you kind of more, debatable? Maybe you want to be a lawyer when you grow up? Or what do you kind of feel like your transition is?
It's pretty debatable because, of course, everybody knows that I cook. And I do makeup, I do nails, I do hair. I kind of dib and dab in just about everything. So it really just depends on how my life gonna go. But I don't have a problem doing all four,
That's probably the beauty part of it. It's like, I started off in the medical field. I was a medical assistant. I was a phlebotomist. Then I went from being to falling in love with technology. Then being a photographer. So you can do it all. There's not a limit to it at all, Akali. You can do everything that you set your mind to. You can just take your time, I would say. And if it turns out to be in phases like mine's, then do it. Or yours could be, what'd you say, cooking, makeup, hair. That sounds like about 3 or 4 businesses to me. They could all bring in about $1 million apiece. So you could definitely do those things. That's not something that, you should limit yourself to. Go to college, learn the trade behind corporate America, learn the business side, and then fall into the artistic part or the debatable parts, because of the fact that, you may feel like your creativity is not there sometimes, or little small pieces that you have that you can do, but you can't, some pieces you can't do. But that's where you have friends and you network and you try to build people up so that one day they can help you and you can help them as well. So that's a really good part of it. I know we just were very small about God, but another thing is as well, use Him for those, or try, I won't say use Him, I'll say put yourself into Him, so that way, that if that's your path, because I think I wanted to go to the Army for a little bit. Like, when I first got out of high school, I was like, oh no, I'm going to the Army. And I was training, but I never went. So there's going to be some things that you're going to really try to focus on, and then God's going to be like, Benito. And you're going to be like, oh, okay, God, thanks. So if it's not aligning out with his plan, with His will, it's just not going to go to plan. You're going to be stressed out trying to do everything yourself. So, was that a yawn? Family. So when it comes down to family, like, I know I had you guys pretty early on, and then I got married, and then I had Deasia, of course, and you guys weren't raised in a 2-parent home early on enough to know what it was. So, tell me about what do you feel about family? I mean, we have just me, you, and D as of right now. So, how do you feel about it?
I kind of think we're the perfect little family. I mean, if we had a man, I don't know. I'm so used to just being us. So when it do come to it, it's good over here. Y'all good. Nobody come here to my mama. She good. I don't want you here.
Oh my goodness. I must say that I pray blessings and blessings and blessings and blessings and blessings upon your life, upon your existence, and what God will have for you, because it will not be the same as me. I was different from my mom and dad. You'll be different from me. So I pray that you do get married, and then you have children, and that you be able to bring that family in. Like they're close like us. Like we're close. Our family's close, and that you'll be able to, help him and he helps you, and y'all just feed off each other and fall in love, and that part of life. But that has to definitely be when you found yourself. That's why I don't condone the whole dating part. My mom didn't in our household, so it's like that's how I fell into it, because I'm like, children your age, in my opinion, are not emotionally stable enough to know what those type of relationships should be. I think they kind of bring on more of a not so much focus. So you get distracted. And I know some people, they fall in love in high school and then they grow up and they still be with that person, but they went through some things and they grew together. So it's like, or they grew apart and they deal with each other or whatever. That's just, different subjects about it, different perspectives about it. But I do feel like that you have to take your time when it comes down to those things, because of the fact that everything's going to change. From the time you're 16 to 18 to 21, you'll be a totally different person. I think at 16 I was just happy-go-lucky, having fun with my best friends, and then it came down to 21. I was a mother and I was married. So I don't wish that on a soul, to be married and have children, one child at 21. So take your time, definitely, to find out who you are. And it may not take you as long as it took me, but I was moving at a pace because I had you. So you are one of my greatest gifts, one of my greatest accomplishments, one of my greatest blessings from God. I appreciate God for allowing us to have such a vision, or he had such a vision, and I was able to be obedient, and not even always be obedient, but just listen to him and ask him to come into my life and come into my heart, so that way I could sit here and do these things, because this is 16 years ago. And now, girl, and now that we're here, I'm excited because it's just come to pass. And I thank him for his many blessings, because you are truly a blessing. So with anything else, stay in God, so he can direct your path. I'm out of scripture, but I just want you to know that if you trust in him, with everything, like I said, even to wave your hand, that he's going to help you with your life, with your just with everything. And you're such a big girl, such a sweet baby, such a joy to us all in the family, and to those lives that you touch. And 16 is gonna be amazing. 17, 18, you're gonna just flourish, and I'm gonna just be sitting here. I'm gonna go live with my mama. I'm gonna go stay with Ladybug so I can get some relief, because that's just what you do when you get older, So
we're gonna cry together.
We're gonna cry together. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming and being here. Yes, she's a household celebrity in the house. In my house. It's only celebrity status she got. So thank you guys again for tuning in. This is just a personal blog that I have, vlog that I have. So just tune in next time. And definitely this is talking to my 16-year-old self.